And we're live here from Baptist Prep High School, and we have the Baptist Prep Eagles here with us. First of all, thank you guys for having us today. We've really enjoyed being here and getting able to talk to some of these coaches. It's been really, really great.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited for you guys to be here and to do this media day with you guys and be a part of it. So, we're thankful you guys chose us.
I'm Carson Ward here with Randy Pickerel and Coach Riley Perkins, the head football coach here for the Baptist Prep Eagles. Coach Perkins, just tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing here. You guys pride yourselves on being a little bit different than what other teams do. So tell me just an overview of what Baptist Prep football is all about right now.
Yeah, I think one thing that we've gone into this offseason with specifically, when we got here, we were in a little different of a state as a program when our staff got here a few years ago, to the point where, you know, we kind of came into it with the expectation that we were kind of going to have to start over and rebuild. And so we did that in our first year. We won 3 games after they didn't win a game. And then this past year we won 5. We still missed out on the playoffs, but we set kind of the foundation, you know, the past few years for who we want to be. And so this year we want to take another step in the right direction and do it with kind of a new level of toughness and just physicality in the game that we have kind of tried to instill in our guys through our off-season program that we've done. And, you know, we're going to be starting a lot of the same guys this year in key spots. At the same time, a lot of those guys played at 160 pounds last year, and they may play at 200 pounds this year. So I'm excited to see their jump and just the physicality in practice and doing some 7-on-7s and stuff like that. We kind of have gone from maybe being down here with some of the big dogs to where now maybe we're a little right here. So, yeah, we've closed the gap for sure. And I think we have enough leadership on the team this year that gap could be, you know, completely eliminated. Depending on our approach and things like that. We'll have to play well to beat some teams. It is what it is. But the gap is significantly, you know, closer to some of those top-tier teams than it was 2 years ago. And at the end of the day, that's why we're here to do what we do.
If your players notice that helps a lot.
Absolutely. And I think this is the first year going into it. The past few years, our guys believed. They always did. But when you got on the field, you know, you could see significant differences. And you can only do what you can do, you know.
You're exactly right.
And so this year is the first year, even going to some of the 7-on-7s and playing some really good football teams that we haven't matched up with well in the past. Even just seeing their bodies versus our bodies, it's like, okay, now we're here to compete.
Yeah.
And that's shown a lot in some of our 7-on-7s and some of our summer stuff that we've done. So excited to see that with pads on.
So talk to me a little bit about what you guys lost from last season, maybe some seniors that you guys won't have this year, and then some guys that you're bringing back. From what it sounds like, your team has really taken a step forward with the guys that you have brought back. And also, it seems like you guys have a lot of production coming back. So tell me a little bit about that.
We do. We have, first of all, before we talk about this team, I guess, from our 9th grade moving up to 10th grade this year, coming off of a junior high conference championship team, you know, some really good players that are going to be key impacts for us this year with a running back, Levi Sanders, who ran for 800 yards last year in junior high. He's quick. He's a small guy, but he's fast, and he can really put on the jets and go, which is something that we haven't had as much of in the past in terms of speed. And then we have, you know, there's a long list of guys, receivers that are going to come help that are moving up from 9th to 10th. Miles Smith is a big offensive lineman and defensive lineman that we'll have that, you know, him and Chris Ivy are 2 guys that, you know, dominated junior high football last year. And so I'm excited to see that translate. And then with the guys we have coming back, we did lose some. We lost a few offensive linemen. And as, you know, I hate to say it, but we're in a better spot. Obviously, great kids, great football players, but we're in a better spot to fill positions than we've ever been, and so I'm excited to see what that looks like as we you know, get into the year, and then in terms of, you know, a lot of our production, we lost a receiver who put up some pretty good stats last year, Neil Pretty, but he was dinged up for a lot of the year, so I think he would have had more production, I guess, but we had to have – there was a lot of injuries and stuff that we faced last year that required some of our guys who are going to be back on this year's team to maybe take a little early step in the right direction last year that I think will really benefit us going into this year. A lot of our production is back. and at key positions specifically. Our offensive line depth is better than it's been in a long time with some big-bodied guys.
How long had it been since you'd won a junior high conference championship?
Probably 10 plus.
So you're instilling a winning tradition with those kids that are going to bring it up to your senior high
For
team.
sure. 2 years ago, I guess the year before we got here, there were 0 games won in the program from 7 through 12. They didn't win a game in high school, didn't win a game in junior high. Our first year, we won a few at both levels, and then this past year we had the best season in 13 years in high school and won that junior high conference
Just changing the mindset
absolutely
changes everything.
Absolutely, and we've got a great coaching staff. I'm super thankful for the guys that we do have. At the same time, a lot of it's on them as well. It's on the players that we have, and at some point you say I don't want to do that anymore, and you kind of have a fork in the road to a decision to make, whether you say I don't want to do that anymore, so I'm going to be done with it, or I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to lose anymore, so I'm going to change the way that we do things. And a lot of our guys have bought in completely to the way that we want to approach it. And we haven't had many guys walk away as much as they've said we want to be different and we want to get better. And so our numbers are better than they've been ever in the history of the school. And like I said, that is in large part due to great senior leadership that we do have, that guys want to be a part of it, as well as a great coaching staff of guys who are attractional, to players while still holding the guys accountable for doing their job. So we're in a great spot, and I think we have a lot of potential this year. But at this point, that's all it is potential, and we got to go turn it into something that's reality.
What's your big game this year?
Our big game,
other than the first one.
Yeah, that would be the answer for sure. Our schedule is tough in general. We start with Two Rivers, and then we go to Mountainburg, which is trending in the right direction for sure. They've got a great senior class and some big-bodied guys that will be it'll be great preparation for playing teams like Carlisle and stuff like that as we get into the conference. At the same time, we have a big rivalry with Episcopal, so they're going to come over here every year, and both sides of the stadium are full, and
right.
it's a fun environment. Both games the last year and the year before, have come down to essentially Hail Marys. One was a 2-point conversion that we went for, and we won by 1. And then this past year, we had a 4th and long, and we threw a bomb that we came down with a one-handed catch to win. So that's always a fun. Yeah, it's one. Yeah, he's sitting right over there. Both.
He let us know.
He did both. He actually was the 2-point conversion 2 years ago, and the touchdown to seal it last year, and then he made a game-saving pick I think 2 years ago when they got the ball back, and then last year made a tackle that kind of sealed it. So he's a great player, Aaron Fielder, and so that's always a fun one. You can kind of throw the records out when you play that game because all of our kids know all of their kids, all their kids know all our kids, and it's a really fun a fun when Coach Fortner does a good job over at Episcopal. He's a really good guy. I enjoy getting to know him in the coaching profession and stuff like that. And then we get into conference and start it with the best. We have Carlisle first and
is that here at Carlisle?
It's here this year, so I'm excited for them to come here. We're also doing some things, just facility upgrades and stuff throughout the summer that that'll be our second home game, and it'll be a great environment. It'll be fun. Hoping we can have a good non-conference, and they're Carlisle. They'll have a great non-conference stretch. And 2 solid football teams come in here week 4.
Where's Hazen?
Hazen Hazen was here last year. We go there.
What part of the year is that? Late in the season?
We play them week 7. So
okay, mosquitoes won't be so bad.
Yeah, exactly. We've talked about that actually. We have Carlisle week 4, then it's Bearden, England, Hazen, and you kind of get in. So you have a tough stretch right in the middle there, and then it's Poen and Clarendon and Hampton. So we like where we stand. At the same time, there's going to be somebody across from us every week, and we play a bunch of teams that are historically and currently, some really, really good football teams who have a storied history. But we've got a lot of them here this year, and I think that's something that could really benefit us as well as we're just a different team than we've been.
It's nice to play at home.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love playing here. I did as a player when I went to school here. It's a fun place to play, and then I love, obviously it's great to play in front of your home fans, and we have great fans who travel with us, and and it really benefits us a lot. And this year, I think will be one of the first years in a minute that we've given them something to truly follow, and I'm excited to see that.
Well, you have a nice mascot. I'm from Des Arc, so
Okay.
we're both the Eagles.
Yeah, I love it. Can't go wrong there.
No.
Yeah, and me and Randy are both 2A guys. I went to Conway Christian, and he's a Des Arc guy. So talk to us a little bit about how you see yourselves in that landscape of 2A football.
Yeah. I think we could be one that sneaks up on a few people. Just player for player, are we going to match up on paper with some of the top-tier teams? No, we're not. But we're going to play a little bit of a different brand of football this year. And it'll be I don't know how to describe it at this moment other than it'll be different. We'll probably be one of the only teams that is going to play some of the style that we'll play in terms of how we formation and how we do some different things to try and eliminate some of that matchup, the matchup problems that could happen just in terms of body for body. And we want to run behind our offensive line. We have a 6'9", 300-pounder, and a 6'5", 300-pounder, and a 6'1", 310-pounder.
Well, that's pretty good size for 2A football.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's Junction City size, man.
We've got some great size guys, and a lot of we have some young 10th graders coming up who are going to fill those other spots. And 2 of our 10th graders actually started as freshmen last year for us, so they're 10th graders with a year of experience at the high school level already.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we've got a few players around the field that we can put in different spots and kind of be athletes more than position players, I guess, more than a receiver. Like Aaron may line up at receiver one play and quarterback one play and in the backfield one play, and Austin Herring is another one that was a key player for us last year who had 800 yards of offense, and half of it came receiving, half of it came rushing, so he threw a few scores as well. So we like to move our guys around to make it, where it's best for the team as a whole, and put up a lot of stats in different ways.
How big's your roster?
We're sitting right now about 35 high school.
That's pretty good size.
Yeah, I'm super thankful for it. In junior high, we have about 60.
Oh wow!
So it's as big as the program has ever been. And like I said, I attribute that to the buy-in of the guys. I attribute that to a great coaching staff who does a good job. But we're right where we want to be, going into year 3 of our new staff. And we added Carson Morado from the Bismarck staff, actually, who played for a state championship last year, and he's going to come coach our offensive line, defensive line. So our offensive coordinator came from Benton. So we have, we've got great coaches here. And now I think, this year is the year that we all agree, and I think our players are fully bought into the fact that, it's time to get over the hump and make a run.
You can take Conway Christian's last year's team. I mean, nobody really – 2 years ago they didn't predict Conway Christian would be a state championship team.
Yeah, exactly.
We were not good for a while.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be that team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think we're poised to obviously you look at I don't blame anybody for any preseason rankings or anything like that. It is what it is. In our history, the past 10 years hasn't been something that has caught anybody's attention. I completely understand that, and I respect that decision. At the same time, I think this is a team that, we could sneak up on a few people, and we'll know where we stand pretty early in the season because we have some tough games early. Like I said, we have 4 or 5 straight in conference. That's like, that's a stretch right there. And then some of our non-conference games are the same way, big, meaningful games to us. So, we'll know where we stand pretty early, but I love the pieces we've got. I love the buy-in from our team so far. I love the staff that we have. I love the support we get from the administration, so there's nothing I can say bad about it at this point. Obviously, when the bullets start flying, week 0, week 1, you figure it out pretty quick. But I like where we stand as of July.
Well, Coach, it's been great talking to you. I wish I could ask you more questions, but we're kind of running short on time here. Yeah. So go ahead and introduce the guys that you brought with you today.
Yeah, we have Nathan Self. He's going to be a senior right tackle for us. He's number 68. He's a player. On one of the publications recently, he was one of the top 4 offensive linemen in 2A on the 2A super team. And so I'm thankful he's he's one of ours, and he's a great player, and he'll do great for us as he's done the past 2 years as a starter. And then Aaron Fielder, like I said, who's kind of a utility player all around, 900 receiving yards, 10 touchdowns, and this year, we expect him to be all over the place to put him in the best matchup. So, two great players here, and I think y'all will enjoy talking to him.
All right. Well, Coach, go ahead and bring him over here if you will. All right, we've got Aaron Fielder and Nathan Self here, two really talented players. I've seen you guys play before. You're really good players. So I'll start with you, Nathan. Tell me a little bit about what it's like playing for Coach Perkins, and tell me if you've seen have you been here? How long have you been here? Let me ask you.
15 years.
15. Okay, so you're a lifer pretty much.
Yes.
So tell me, have you seen the football program, and the attitude change since Coach Perkins got here?
Well, he's a younger guy than I've had coach before, so I can relate to him more, So it's just real fun to play under him because he's out there tackling the dummies, He tackled one yesterday and hurt his shoulder. So that's pretty fun. And it's just fun to play under him.
Yeah. Aaron, what about you?
I mean, I would agree with Nathan there, but he brings hype. He gets us going. Just really brings the momentum, vibe of the practice. It's great.
So Nathan, tell me a little bit about the Baptist Prep offensive line unit this season.
Well, it's going to be me at right tackle so far. Me at right tackle, Christopher Ivey over at right guard, Carson Wake at center, Hutch Fenton or Chase Rhodes at left guard, and 6'8" Ben Bunch bring it up on the left side, left tackle. So it's going to kind of look like a wave. You got a 6'8" guy, and about a 5'11" guy, then about a 6-foot guy, and then about a 5'9" guy, then about a 6'5" guy. So it's going to be kind of scary at some points, but they're all scrappy. We're all scrappy. So it should be good.
Aaron, tell me a little bit about the skill guys on your offense.
I mean, we got me to start. We have Austin Herring, who's going to be pretty good for us. Bigger guy, quicker. Ben Brown, he's fast. Going to be able to get the ball deep downfield. And we just have a bunch of depth to that. So, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your schedule this year. Are there any teams that either of you guys are really looking forward to playing against this year?
Episcopal.
Yeah, obviously Episcopal. It's a rivalry game.
Yeah. So tell me, working on that, tell me about how that rivalry has developed or changed in the last couple of years.
Well, it's a trophy game now. We got the Cantrell Cup, so we got that last year. And we won the year before that, but we didn't have the trophy. So that makes it a little more important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think there's a bunch more people gathered around it, so it's a big event. It's a good game.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about, you guys have improved every year since Coach Perkins has been here. Tell me about where you guys think that next step forward is going to be this season, and what would be a successful year for Baptist Prep.
Hosting a playoff game. That's what I want to do, host a playoff game.
I mean, obviously that state championship is up there, but, hosting a playoff game, winning record, making the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about the brotherhood of this program and how you guys really get together and develop, just the brotherhood of football's a different sport because you have to go out there and basically put your life on the line sometimes. You're getting hit in the head. You're getting hit, all over the place. You never know when you're going to get hurt and maybe change your life. So tell me a little bit about the brotherhood and how you guys come together.
Well, we all like to eat. So we'll go to this place called Asia Buffet. That's where we like to go to eat after practice. Not usually after games we go to Taco Bell. So, that's a big part of me, just getting to go eat with the guys. So, yeah.
I would say, like you said, we're in the trenches every Friday night with the boys, and we go hang out off the field with each other every day. Just, yeah.
Yeah. Guys, it's been a pleasure. We're running short on time here. We got to get Dardanelle in here. So it's great talking to you guys. Thank you for being here. It's been great being at Baptist Prep today. So, again, you guys are real smart. You're going to have a good season, I think. So